Good evening and welcome to Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas G. Viewers, with the astounding success of Operation Sindhoor, several made in India lethal weapons stood out with their capability to go deep into Pakistan and carry out precision strikes. One amongst them were the Skystriker drones, which the government has confirmed was used in the operation. When India launched targeted strikes on Pakistan in the wee hours of May 7th, these killer built-in Bengaluru suicide drones played a crucial role in destroying terror camps in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Alpha Design Technologies, in partnership with Israel's Elbit Systems, manufactured the drones in Bengaluru. The Indian Army had reportedly placed an order for over 100 Skystrikers in 2021, and these drones were also exhibited during the Aero India Expo that year. Precision of up to 1 meter, ability to take out enemy radar even in low visibility and low cost makes it high in demand, not just in India but globally. Now, Times Now visited the facility in Bengaluru where these drones are manufactured.
हाल ही में हुए जो पाकिस्तान भारत के युद्ध में एक जो हथियार जो सबसे ज्यादा इस्तेमाल किया गया और इफेक्टिवली वो है ड्रोन। और गौरव की बात है कि जो इस ड्रोन आप जो सामने देख रहे हैं नाइट स्ट्राइकर, ये बेंगलुरु में भारत में बना हुआ इंडिजिनस ड्रोन है जिसने पाकिस्तान आर्मी को काफी नुकसान पहुंचाया है।
ये इलेक्ट्रो-ऑप्टिक पेलोड, इसको पेलोड को इलेक्ट्रो-ऑप्टिक पेलोड बोलते हैं। ये एनिमी टारगेट्स का कंटिन्यूअस विजुअल भेजता रहता है ग्राउंड कंट्रोल सिस्टम को। तो जैसे इसको दिखेगा कोई टैंक मूव कर रहा है, कोई एनिमी का कॉन्वॉय मूव कर रहा है, तो उसको वो ग्राउंड कंट्रोल सिस्टम में आएगा, ग्राउंड कंट्रोल ऑपरेटर उसको लॉक ऑन करेगा और टारगेट दबाएगा, वो जाके उसके ऊपर गिरेगा।
All right, let's now go across to the CEO as well as the COO of Alpha Design Technologies, who've actually designed that Skystriker drone. I'd like to thank both of you, Mr. Hari Prasad HS and Raghavendra Arur. Thank you so much for coming to us. Sir, firstly, thanks for speaking to Times Now. And when India struck the terrorists deep inside Pakistan, its drones, especially this Skystriker, did a commendable job. How do you feel knowing that your drones made headlines for playing a crucial role in the operation, and how do they compare with the Turkish drones that Pakistan was using?
Yes, in the present circumstances, we feel proud to have manufactured such kind of a potent and precise loitering munition, and we have supplied it to not only our customers in India, also abroad. And if these have been used, and it's a really proud moment for us. And regarding the testing and validation that goes into this, as you are very well aware, all the products which are used in the military have to comply to the military standard. So this military standard is not a normal standard that you find in a normal unmanned aerial vehicles or drones which are used for the commercial purpose. These have to pass through extreme rigorous environmental screening tests, and such as minus 40 to plus 70 degree temperature endurance, then vibration endurance, then bump test endurance, and humidity endurance, altitude endurance, like this. So it has to undergo complete, we call it ESS cycle, and it has to qualify to the extreme military airworthiness standards. So our product, we are proud to say that it has passed all these critical tests, and we have supplied it to the armed forces and other military customers world over also.
And of course, we are feeling very proud for the fact that this operation has gone extremely successful, and a proud moment for all of us who are serving the defense forces. And in this context, what we know is that we have a very good product. We have been developing this product for almost 5 years now in collaboration with Elbit Systems Israel. Together we have done this product, and we have produced a lot of them and supplied to Indian Army. In fact, we are very happy to know if it is used in this particular operation. And of course, we have also exported this product.
And in fact, the Skystriker has been described as a silent killer. There's near zero radar invisibility, and in fact, precision strike capability as well as a unique reusable design. Can you elaborate some of these features that gives it a technological edge over other UAVs?
As you rightly said, this is the loitering munition. We call it Skystriker. We have given the name Skystriker. And it is an extremely potent loitering munition. And it operates on a battery. So because of that, it doesn't have any engine or any ramjet or anything. So it is very, very silent equipment. And it can carry the payload of 5 to 10 kilo explosive. Also, it has got an electro-optic payload. So it can continuously track the target through its electro-optic payload and continuously can relay the information, target information to the ground control operator who operates the UAV from the ground. So the ground control operator can see the movement of, say, a tank or enemy convoy or anything and track the target and launch the loitering munition while it is loitering in the air. Also, the GPS coordinates can be given to the loitering munition to hit a designated target, prior designated targets. So it's an extremely potent mission, as I said, and it's a very, very small. What you are seeing behind us is the real loitering munition of 1:1 scale. So you can see how small it is. Also, because of its tiny size in nature and the special materials which is used in manufacturing, that its radar cross section is very, very less. So it almost flies undetected as far as the radar is concerned. So it flies slow, it flies undetected, it has got no sound, so it makes it a real potent silent killer.
Right, and now India has proven its prowess in air power. This war is also notable due to the introduction of modern weapons and technologies, particularly in terms of precision and avoiding civilian casualties. Now, how do you see these evolving technologies in developing lethal weapons and their role in future warfare?
Yeah, no, it's a very good question. And in terms of our precision, I think, as you rightly said, that's what it is designed for. One is precision, and another one is repeatability. The fact that it can precise hit at the same time every time, at the same accuracy of 1 meter, it makes it very powerful. As we choose it, it's only going to hit the exact target and not cause any damage to any other unintended damage because of its precision. And the way it has been tested, as our CEO Arur sir said, it has gone through a significant amount of military type testing and certification, so it makes it, the probability of error is extremely low.
And as far as the utility of such kind of equipment in the future warfare and the present warfare, I believe strongly that the present and future warfare is extremely precise in nature, and it's a connected warfare, and it is unmanned, and it is going to be BVR. So in this regard, these loitering munitions play a very, very vital role, and it can take away, it can partially rather take away the tasks of the manned aircraft and help in eliminating the target much more easier way. And beyond visual range, missiles have proven time and again in the recent, last week's warfare also, that they are the best system to be used while being safe in our own territory. So, in my opinion, present warfare is unmanned, beyond visual range, connected warfare, and precision warfare.
Also, in fact, several of these lethal drones are now crucial in several of the recent wars that we've seen, whether we're talking about Russia, Ukraine, whether we're talking about Israel, Gaza. And do you think that India is now capable of competing with other global leading players when it comes to manufacturing these kind of military drones?
All I can say at this juncture is the drones, what you are seeing behind, has not only been manufactured for the Indian Armed Forces, they also have been exported. So we are already competing at a global level for manufacturing such kind of weapons.
Are there in fact further plans to develop and compete with with indigenous UAVs and also take on others such as Heron, the MQ-9 Reaper, so that we do not have to depend on other nations for our defense purposes?
As far as the Indian Armed Forces is concerned, we are already competing at a global level for manufacturing such kind of weapons. Are there in fact further plans to develop and compete with indigenous UAVs and also take on others such as Heron, the MQ-9 Reaper, so that we do not have to depend on other nations for our defense purposes? Absolutely. This is the way forward. In fact, Alpha Design particularly has moved along with the defense procurement policy. As you are very well aware, the defense procurement policy started somewhere in the initial 2000s, and it has moved now. Right now, we are into DAP 2020, and the concept of DAP also has evolved over a period of time. From the offset partners to Make in India policy to Make in India IDDM, now development come production partners and Make One, Make Two. So many Make in India policies are there. Our company Alpha also has moved along these lines. We were initially one of the most prepared offset partners for the global OEMs. Now the knowledge gained by being these offset partners now is being utilized for manufacturing this equipment indigenously. So Make in India is the way forward, and it's the only way forward, and we are very, very proud to say that we are at it successfully.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hari Prasad and Mr. Raghavendra, for joining us and sharing with us your experience and journey. Of course, an important role that this particular drone, the Skystriker, has played in the recent conflict as well. Thank you so much. Let's quickly open this up to our other guests who are joining us. With us is Air Vice Marshal Nitin Vaidya. He's a defense expert. Smith Shah is president of the Drone Federation of India. I'm coming to you first, Air Vice Marshal Vaidya. Very important role that these drones have played. Take our viewers through the importance of this, because whether we're talking about offense, defense, the drones play multiple roles, and particularly, of course, in this case, taking down enemy targets, terror dens, all of that has been very, very significant. Even the case of the radar there and the radar facilities in Lahore, all of these loitering munitions, as they are also known as, play an important role.
You're absolutely right, Madhavji. And the way the COO of Alpha Design Technologies has very well explained in a very precise way as to how the drones that they are manufacturing are not only...
But I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, sir. There's a big breaking news coming in. The Bureau of Civil Aviation Security has revoked the security of Turkish ground handling company Çelebi with immediate effect in the interest of national security. That's a big message going out. The center has revoked the security clearance of Çelebi, and this is a massive move indeed. Remember that this Turkish company handles the ground handling at 9 airports in India, particularly cargo handling at the Delhi airport as well, which is very, very significant. And this is a massive step that has been taken by India, sending out a very clear message. Remember, Turkey is not just a military supplier to Pakistan, but has openly come out and supported Pakistan as well when it came to the conflict. And that's where things become extremely problematic as far as India is concerned. So this is a mega times now impact. We've been reporting on the role of Çelebi, and we've brought you that story last night as well. Now the government has acted. The Bureau of Civil Aviation Security has revoked the security clearance as far as Çelebi is concerned. We'll quickly get my colleagues, on that. Bhavtosh is with us live. Bhavtosh, very, very big move, because here you have high security establishments, which are, of course, our 9 airfields where Çelebi operates the ground handling services. But what was perhaps the final nail in the coffin is the fact that in Delhi airport, they also handle the cargo handling, and that cargo handling part of the airport is right next to the technical area where there is VIP movement at the highest level as far as government is concerned.
Yes, Madhav, a very big move. Remember, the government has been taking action against Turkey, given the fact that it has shown complete support of Pakistan. And subsequent to that, we have just accessed the order of the Bureau of Civil Aviation, which has said that the agreement that has been signed between the Çelebi India and with airports has now been cancelled. Now, the very fact the Çelebi India also and Çelebi Aviation has been in the news for all reason. There has been cross-holding of Erdogan family, and that has been in news since 2022. There have been reports of corruption. It has been accused of paying $1 billion bribe to the family, to various companies in Turkey. And that is the reason why this company itself has been used for all the wrong reason. Though Çelebi India has denied all these charges, they had said that the deal that they had with the business transaction that they had in India was completely clean. But now the Bureau of Civil Aviation and Securities have said that the agreement that has been signed stands cancelled. We have accessed the order, and the order copy is there on the screen. A big move that has been taken by the government, as we have been reporting since yesterday, that the government has decided to go hard against Turkey. Earlier, the agreements that have been signed by the JNU as well as by the IGNU has been cancelled. Now the big action has been taken by the government.
All right, Bhavtosh, we have a copy of this letter that we are seeing on our screens over here, and this is dated 15/5/2025. Subject: revocation of security clearance in reference of Celebi Airport Services India Private Limited. And the order very clearly says the security clearance in reference of Celebi Airport Services India Private Limited under the category Ground Handling Agency was approved by the DG, or the Director General of the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security, via letter number 1599/2022, Delhi, BCSE 219110, dated 21/11/2022. In exercise of power conferred upon DGBCS, the security clearance in reference of Celebi Airport Services India Private Limited is hereby revoked with immediate effect in the interest of national security. And that is, of course, from Udan Bhavan Safdarjung Airport that entire letter has in fact been put out. Very, very significant, because this is the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security that now has revoked the security clearance of Celebi. What action happens from here on, and how quickly, in fact, the changes will happen? Let me quickly, in fact, Bhavtosh, please stay with us. I want to bring in Air Marshal Vaidya with me. Air Marshal Vaidya, a very, very clear message, unequivocally coming in from India. It's one thing to be a defense supplier. Yes, India also provides its weapons, but to openly support Pakistan in the conflict is not something that India or Indians are going to take lightly.
Undoubtedly, I think this is a very correct step. And when we see that countries are not supporting the right cause, we must take action against any country that is not supporting the right cause, irrespective of what the country is, without getting into any kind of pressure and succumbing into any kind of pressure from anybody in the interest of national security. So I think what India has done, especially by the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security, that is the BCS, on this is extremely right. Cargo handling, and that too close to the technical area, is a big no. And a country like Turkey, which is not in favor of India, it is not even standing neutral. We can see that it is supporting a wrong cause. We must evoke everything, because although Celebi India may be an independent country, its roots are definitely with Turkey. And I think what BCS has done is absolutely correct. I would salute the Indian government for taking this decision, and I'm sure that it is going to have a long-term impact, and countries all over the world will now come to know as to what India's stand is. And I sincerely hope that they mend their ways to do things that are right in the interest of just not our national security, but in terms of morally what is right, and continue to support only the right cause.
Absolutely. A quick question from Smit Shah as well, someone who's a president of the Drone Federation of India. Not entirely a subject, I know, Smit Shah, but the fact is it's a clear message going in. The Turkish drones, of course, Indian drones have proved to, far outpower them and outmaneuver them when it comes to the battlefield. But clearly the sentiment in India, whether we're talking about boycott of Turkish products and now, in fact, Turkish companies, very clear message going in that India is not going to tolerate this kind of action, particularly in high security zones such as our airports, where there is VIP movement, where even our common citizens pass through.
See, the problem with some of the countries is that they think that they can make polar statements and they can take strong positions, and they forget that, they are also dependent on India. So when India responds like this with a very, sort of equal type of statement, they took a polar statement, they took a polar stance on, supporting an adversary in a conflict. So we are just responding to it. So, I mean, it is quite clear. They have been served with what they were, trying to, sort of do with India. So, I mean, it's a very welcome move by the entire industry as well. And I think when it comes to the drone technology, thank God we have not been dependent on them. And, we are building our own technology as well.
Let's quickly take a look and remind our viewers as to what we broke last night. This is a story that Times Now has broken last evening, where we highlighted the role of ground handling agencies such as Celebi, which are in fact of Turkish origin. We have also spoken about different measures, including trade with Turkey to be curtailed, and also about the domestic tie-ups with various Turkish airlines, which have led to code sharing and therefore a large number of Indian international passengers traveling to Turkey. All of these are measures that the government has said, our sources in the government have told Times Now, will be in fact implemented. You heard it first here on Times Now. Viewers, take a look at this segment from last night. Are you surprised, Abhijit Iyer Mitra? Finally, our political leaders have also started speaking up. It's high time that we take these issues very seriously, because at the end of the day, you know, it's one thing to block Turkish products from coming in here. It's one thing to stop our tourists from going there. But a large part of our international tourists actually fly out through Turkey, through Istanbul.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, just to add to what Ambassador Kanwal Sibal said, I think we should name the road on which the Turkish embassy is the Armenian Genocide Memorial Road. That's the most important thing that needs to be done right now. But let me tell you some other interesting facts about Çelebi. You know, the part owner, we suspect about 10% of it is owned by Sümeyye Erdogan, which is Erdogan's daughter. And guess who she is married to? Selçuk Bayraktar, the same guy who produces the Bayraktar drones, which were used against India, which were also used against Armenia, which were also used in by Ukraine against Russia and things like that. This is actually a direct ownership link to the drones that were used against India. This is very important we remember this. Now, is it very clear to establish? No, because these are done through shell companies and things like that. But Turkish newspapers have been full of these reports that at least 10% of the ownership lies with Sümeyye. On paper, it is all owned by the Çelebi family, but 10% is owned there. This is a very similar holding pattern to, you know, Saudi OJ and Saudi Bin Laden group. So, you know, the Saudi OJ group is technically owned by Rafiq Hariri's family, who were the prime ministers of Lebanon. But the Saudis, and they have an absolute monopoly on construction in Lebanon, but the Saudis own 51% of it. Similarly, the Bin Laden group of our beloved friend Osama Bin Laden was again 51% owned by the Saudi royal family. Now, the Saudis have moved away from this, but in Turkey these days, in order to survive, you have to give the Erdogan family something or the other, and that is how this lady owns this thing. What is even more alarming is that the Çelebi terminal in Delhi, the cargo terminal, overlooked the technical VIP area where our electronic intelligence aircraft, the Prime Minister's VIP aircraft, where these guys could have brought in any kind of electronic equipment. Now, the Cargo Operators Association, I'm helping them draft a letter right now to the Prime Minister. They have been telling me that they have consistently been complaining to the government about the kind of third-rate treatment, outright racist treatment that these Çelebi operators in Delhi airport used to subject them to.
Okay.
You know,
that's very big news. That's very big news that you're getting us.
So, you know, this is a very, very dangerous company that needs to be kicked the hell out of India. And the second maybe is to get Turkish Airlines out of India, because, you know, they've been leveraging their position. Like Ambassador Sikri said, you know, that that central sort of focus point of Anatolia to exploit connections to Europe. And they do it in a very cheap way because their overheads are very cheap. So this also needs to be ended now.
Do we have Turkish pilots for Indian Airlines?
No, we don't thankfully have Turkish pilots for Indian Airlines. But the more important thing we need to remember is most of Turkish Airlines pilots are retired Turkish Air Force pilots.
Okay.
You see? So there is a whole load of things coming together in terms of signals intelligence, electronic intelligence, snooping on the technical area at Palam, the ownership of this by a lady who is married into the Bayraktar drone family thing, which is all adding up into a regular and consistent pattern, which is a clear and present danger to the Indian Republic.
All right, so that is in fact a massive development coming in. I'd like to thank all our panelists, in fact Air Vice Marshal Nitin Vaidya, Smit Shah, as well, of course, Bhavtosh Singh, who's brought us that breaking story at the moment. Mega Times now impact. The Bureau of Civil Aviation Security has withdrawn its security clearance as far as Çelebi, which handles the ground handling services at 9 airports in India, is concerned. And of course, the fact is that this is a Turkish company handling sensitive high security zones in India is, of course, a matter of huge concern. We'll have to leave it there, slipping into a very quick break. More news and updates on the other side.